So the Julio Foolio case started yesterday, and I'm gonna be real. These guys might as well decide which bunk they want, top or bottom, because it's over with. It's so over to the point where we really don't even gotta sit through this whole trial. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. But with all this evidence that's piled up from them tracking these guys from Jacksonville all the way to Tampa, cell phone data, text messages, surveillance footage, just nasty work. And they was moving so sloppy to the point where this case, in all honesty, I feel like with what we saw in day one, is already a sealed deal.
He was here in Tampa for his birthday, celebrating his birthday, celebrating with friends, well-wishers. He had traveled here to this city, to Tampa, to celebrate. And what could not have been in his mind in those early morning hours while he was out celebrating his birthday was that he was being watched. He was being followed. He was being stalked. Stalked by a group of conspirators. He could not have known that he was living the last moments of his 26 years, just barely 26 years, breathing the last breaths of his 26 years of life. These conspirators had planned and were now executing a very premeditated plot that had been hatched days, weeks before this day. A plot hatched between them with every one of their collective evil intentions directed into one purpose, directed into one common goal: the premeditated murder of Charles Jones. This group's collective hatred and animosity drove this conspiracy, a conspiracy amongst all of them, an evil, the evidence will show, and wicked conspiracy. And now, all of their planning, all of their advanced coordination would come to fruition. Charles Jones would only see his killers briefly, maybe for seconds, or maybe even a split second, the evidence will show, as they rapidly closed in on him, dressed from head to toe in all black, like ninjas, the evidence will show, coming out of the dark, wearing disguises that they had brought with them, disguises to hide their identities from the ever-present and ubiquitous cameras that permeate our communities. And sitting in the front seat of his Dodge Charger, their plan came perfectly together. He was now the perfect target, caught completely and entirely off guard as these gunmen appeared seemingly out of nowhere. An ambush that these four defendants that sit before you in this courtroom had organized carefully and intended, now being orchestrated front seat of that Dodge Charger. Charles Jones was a sitting duck. The evidence will show these conspirators didn't hesitate, not for one moment and not for 1 second. With coordinated precision, they ran to their respective firing positions and then unleashed a hellish onslaught. affecting a precisely coordinated violence of action, sending a barrage, a wall of hot lead, crashing into the only barriers between them and Charles Jones, the only barriers that separated his life from his death. And those barriers were absolutely no match. No match for the high-powered 5.56 NATO and 300 Blackout high-powered rifle rounds, each of which was traveling at thousands of feet per second, each round carrying with it over 1,200 foot-pounds of lethal energy.
And I don't know if Murphy was on pills or something or what, but at the time of his arrest, ain't no way you on the inside of these people interrogation room reacting out the series of events that took place the night that y'all killed Julio Foolio. Man, y'all check
Murphy,
this out.
when he was arrested, you will see tattoos. You see many on his neck and chest. He has a 1200 tattoo on the back of his neck. He has the name of people from 1200 who have been murdered tattooed on his body. And in this video, you will clearly see in the evidence Mr. Davion Murphy taking full credit for his role in this shooting. That is just after his arrest, when he is left alone in an interview room.
Now you see what I'm saying. Just broke all the way crazy, man. And yesterday was very interesting, to say the least, because from my point of view, to get on a serious note, what I saw was really warning before destruction. What you mean, Trey? See, rap music and song lyrics were brought up a few times yesterday. And they started playing a lot of music videos of a certain rapper who I really ain't heard nothing from in a long time. I think he might just put out some music a while ago, but as far as the trolling that he was doing last year, 2 years ago, I think it's been 2 years now since Julio passed, sipping all the Don Julio and talking about he got a call at 6 in the morning, like, where is he right now? Because his name was brought up, his music videos and everything was brought up in this case. Now, I hope y'all paying attention to what's going on right now. And if you hear me sniffing and sneezing or whatever the case, I'm a little under the weather right now, but I still wanted to put this video out. Yungeen Ace got brought up in court yesterday a bunch of times.
Walk you through a couple of videos that you will see in the state's evidence. This video is a combination 1200 ATK video. The major performer is an individual named Kenyatta Bullard, also known as Yungeen Ace or Ace. Spinabins is one of the performers who is a well-known drill rap gang member in Jacksonville, and Wappa with the Choppa is another. You can see in this photograph in the background Yungeen Ace in the yellow. Kenyatta Bullard, aka Yungeen Ace. And you can see his ATK chain around his neck. In this video, you will see these performers at times during the video pointing up in the air, and you will see the names of people appearing on the screen. Those are casualties from 6 Block. Those are people who were murdered on the opposite side. And you will hear them talking about them in this drill rap. So we see here the title to the drill rap song, Spinabins, Wappa with the Choppa, Yungeen Ace, and Fast Money Goon are all participants in this video. And this is them pointing Tiki B.
And this ain't the first time that we done heard this man's name being brought up with stuff pertaining to the Julio Foolio situation. Yesterday was nothing short of that. And I ain't gonna say that it's gonna change anything in this state case what's going on with these guys, because you can stick a fork in them, like it's over with. And what I'm about to get into right now, I just want to put some on your mind, because if I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying, everything we seeing play out with this situation is a mirror reflection of everything that happened with O Block in the FBG situation. And I don't think people realize that sometimes. It's like Chief Keef and all that drill stuff had so much of an influence and a big impact all over the world. It's like everybody took on to that shit. And you gotta think, a lot of these guys are barely 25, 26 years old now, and they starting to face a whole lot of crimes, or some of them died before they were 25. Chief Keef was what, like 25, 26 years old? Something like that. I don't think he's 30. He barely over 25. I just say it like this. Somebody can fact check me on that. I said all that to say, majority of the kids that grew up influenced by him, that still got this dumb shit going on, they probably jumped off the porch when they was listening to Chief Keef and consider him to be their favorite rapper like 10 years ago. If you do the math, it's like 15, 16, 17. So that's all they had to look up to. And that kind of ran the whole young generation. And luckily, Chief Keef was smart enough to evolve, but look at how things turned out for Von and Dirk. Von got killed. Dirk in jail right now. And they kept all the killing going in Chicago. And ain't it funny how Von and Yungeen Ace were like best friends before he passed? I just wanted to throw that in there because, like I say, man, I see what's going on. Am I the only person that see what this stuff about? It's bigger than the stuff that we seeing going on with the state right now. That's why they wanted to make sure yesterday to go ahead and let you know, oh, we gonna be here a while. Well, y'all ain't gonna be here because y'all finna go that way. But let's just go and paint this picture and show the state what we've been working with. Because, man, just as soon as they sentence these boys to life in prison or death, however it come for them, man, they coming straight and getting the whole fucking ATK with the RICO. This is a RICO brewing. I hated to just stretch that thing that long like that and just put it on thick, but there's a RICO on the way, buddy. This is just the tip of the iceberg that's going on right now. Killing Foolio to the streets meant cutting the head off of the snake. But to investigators, all y'all did was throw these people the perfect alley-oop, because that was like a slam dunk. You've been back and forth dissing and beefing with each other for, I just say, like 10 years now. Going on 10 years, because when Trap Lord Ross put out the documentary about you guys, that was like 6 or 7 years ago. So it's going on like 10 years that this thing has been going on in Jacksonville. The same way the stuff was going on in Chicago before they came and picked up Dirk, before they came and did they raid on O Block. And if Von was still alive, Von would have been in all that. So when I say they learned from the best, I mean that. They learned from the best. These guys set up and they idolized Chicago, and they glorified the drill movement so much, and that music, that bullshit, they studied it like it was art to them, or like it was a fucking subject in school. Not just them, everybody around the world. This whole YN generation right now, I won't necessarily say it's all a Chicago's fault, because you got an NBA era of dumbass kids too now. They're just floating around. But it definitely started in Chicago, and I feel like Chicago is the stamp to all this dumb shit that you see with the Jacksonville drill scene, or you got a Texas drill, you got a Louisiana drill, you got drill in New York. Yeah, they fucked the world up. But the only thing, like, I just feel like, with all that influence, it's just sad to see it turn out only two ways for these guys. They either die or they go to jail, because you would think the money would make you wisen up. The money would kind of make you get what I'm saying? Like you'll evolve and you'll grow. Now everybody's starting to get quiet. Everybody, I feel like it's so fucked up and it's so messed up to have to get to a point in your career where you can't even enjoy your success because you done got in so much trouble. It's only a matter of time before the wall close in and before the feds come knocking at your door. Dirk sat around and tried to act like he was unbothered, he was at peace, he was almost healed, all this shit like that. That's when stress is whooping your ass, but you got so much motherfucking money to the point where you can dress it up and make it look good. So you can go take a shahada. You can say that you Muslim, you converted, or people wondering why you losing weight and stuff like that. Oh, because I don't eat pork no more. Nigga, you stressed out. Because if you ain't had all this stuff on your plate, ain't no you wouldn't be around here eating rocking all that stuff. Like y'all, why is it that everybody want to go to God or want to just go to the Nation of Islam or turn Muslim every time trouble comes? I keep on telling y'all, rappers are like the fakest people in the world. The persona and all, not all. It's the image that they portray is an illusion. So if you sitting around here in your hometown and you build fame and notoriety, to close this video, you build fame and you build the notoriety off of the strength of poison, of shit that's already polluting the community, you gonna get the same results in your community them guys got in their community. You're not gonna get nothing no different. You're not gonna get Yungeen Ace. You're not gonna beat the street. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna come out on the other side. It's either somebody catch you or they put you in handcuffs. You better look at how Black youngsters been moving around. See, over here, I'm raw and uncut. I don't try to be politically correct. I just call it how I see it from my lens, from my point of view. Because as a man in his 30s, it's just like, miss me with the dumb shit and always trying to break stuff down and figure things out to a science what's going on with these young motherfuckers. Stupid. Too much influence, too much of the wrong influence, and not enough guidance. Not enough videos like these, because you're gonna have 1,000 more other content creators, big or small, that's gonna cover this goofy. Just give you the hot takes on it. Just what's up with you guys? Man, it be real serious stuff going on. These kids throwing their lives away, man. And I ain't gonna even just sit up here and say Foolio is a saint. You know, because people probably watch this video and like, so what you choose side trying like Foolio wasn't doing? No, I'm talking about it from both sides. Because when the RICO come, it's gonna come from both sides. This is gonna be a whole operation where it's like, it's over with. Operation game over. I just like to keep it real. These videos be fun to me, and I'm gonna keep on following this. Like I said, just from the first day of what I saw yesterday, that was solely about Yungeen Ace to me. All the evidence they got with these guys and stuff, this is just like the jury was already like this shit over with. It ain't nothing you can say or do to convince these jurors that these guys didn't do this. They got too much evidence. They got too much shit. When they went back to Jacksonville, like going back, like Isaiah basically, like he took the whole, I think that was Isaiah. Shit, he took the whole arsenal out the damn house for he left his mom in them cribs. So like you see all this stuff, like nah. And you want people to believe that this girl, well, you know what? But because she might have been, the girl may have been manipulated or like finessed a certain way to on some kiss and we finna make up for the weekend shit that go down here to tell. She could have been in the blind. But Isaiah, if I'm saying, am I saying Isaiah Thomas? I could be saying his last name wrong. I know his first name is Isaiah. You knew what you were going down there for, and you prayed on Foolio the whole time he was down there. You watched his every move. So these are the consequences of the things that we like. Once again, the things that we idolize, the things that we love in this rap game. It ain't no reward in this shit. Ain't no good outcome. They rappers of today's time with this drill have made it so bad to the point where when you basically know how they gonna go out. You pretty much know how they gonna go out based on how they came in. And that's crazy because Yungeen Ace kind of said that about Julio Foolio when he got killed. He went out the same way he came in. I be wondering just what his mind. I'm telling you, man, this dude Yungeen Ace really think he the dirt of the South when it comes to this beef and how things played out. He really he think yeah. It's finna get bad, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think. It's T-RaeTv. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below. Over here, man, I don't spin no lies, tell narratives. I just say what I feel, what's on my mind. Try to get the most honest opinion from my point of view as I can. That don't mean I'm right, but I know sometimes I ain't always wrong. Shit, I'm just y'all bees.